Yeah,
Somebody.
go ahead. Who's the one?
Can I say none of them? Just like each one of them had like some big red flags. What do you do for a living?
I'm DJ.
Okay. I just wouldn't want my girlfriend to be in that environment with drugs, with drunk men.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, you know, him not being a fan of her profession is completely fine. Sometimes some people's professions can be a turnoff. There isn't anything necessarily wrong with that itself in particular, but
Possible violence can bring death. But also, her voice wasn't as feminine and as high as I would like it to be. Felt like.
now, should someone be ruled out just because their voice isn't deemed as feminine to you? I mean, listen, sometimes, you know, how somebody sounds can be a turnoff for some people, you know, and it can be a turnoff for some people in many different ways. So is it a big deal that he's making, you know, an issue out of her voice? I'm going to say for this one, maybe it's not as much of a big issue. But what he says about the third woman, yeah, that's an issue.
You know, we didn't have the same vibes going on. I just didn't feel it. I didn't feel it. Interesting. I really don't like people touching me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She doesn't exercise at all. I could feel that her arms were pretty fat.
The fact that he assumed that she doesn't exercise just because her arms wasn't, you know, they didn't feel slim or they didn't feel muscular is just crazy work. Did you not realize that people can, you know, still have body fat on them but still exercise, you know? And also it depends on what their purpose is in their gym. Are they exercising for weight loss? Are they exercising for conditioning? Are they exercising for strength? Are they exercising for maintenance? It could be anything that somebody is exercising for when it comes to why they exercise, whether that be at the gym or going out for a walk or any other type of exercise that you can do in this world, okay? So the fact that he has pretty much, you know, ruled it out because her arms felt big, or in his words, fat, is just nasty work. But for me, I will say this, though, the woman has definitely dodged a bullet.
You know, that's something that would really concern me long term, you know. So, but it's like in the past, I've looked over red flags. I've tried to help women change for the.
Now, when he says in the past he's looked over red flags and then he's tried to help women change, what does he mean by that? Because you see, when I hear him say I've tried to help women change, all I hear is that this man has basically been with women and he has done what he can to change them rather than accept them for who they are. I mean, I can imagine he's the kind of person that if a woman wants to get with him, and let's say, for example, right now she's in incredible shape, but if he noticed her have like a certain meal on her cheat day, he's probably gonna have a whole meltdown saying, "Oh, but should you be having that though? Yeah, but are you sure you don't? Are you sure you should be having too much of that? You know what I mean?" He gives the vibe of somebody that's gonna monitor that. And if he meets you at a certain stage where you are in good shape, but he feels like he can get you in better shape, he's probably gonna make a comment about that too. More of the situation is, I don't believe this guy is built to make women. He's built to make women feel better about themselves. I believe he's built to make women feel insecure about themselves, to always point things out that really doesn't need to be pointed out. In reality, even the aesthetic look of a woman just will never be enough for him, because there will still be something that he has to change about them aesthetically regardless. That's the vibe that I get from this guy.
Better. So that's why I have to be more particular. I know that's your job and I'm making it harder for you, but again, that's why I hired you.
That
It's crazy work though, because he's hired her for a job, but yet he's not even respecting the efforts that she's going through with it. Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, one of the reasons why I don't like this season is because I do feel like some of these experts, or matchmakers, shall I say, they spend a lot of time trying to change the person who they're trying to match with somebody else, which I don't like, especially Howard as well. I feel like they've really done Howard dirty this season. They're definitely trying to make him become someone whom he's not. But nonetheless, though, in this situation here, this man truly does need help and definitely does need advice, but he's not looking to listen to it.
because Tony has focused only on looks for so long, his brain is wired to focus only on this little detail.
Sadly so, but to be honest with you, I feel like it's more than just looks, you know. There's more to it, because like I said before, I believe that even if you look the part, he's still going to find something to pick at regarding your look anyway.
Actually, de-aging right now, because I feel like I'm back in high school right now with the kind of demand that's out there for me right now. So
if there was a demand out there for you right now, well, then guess what, buddy? You wouldn't be single. Let's just call it what it is, you know what I mean? How is he out here trying to talk about it as a demand for himself? You know, when he's out here still single, and now he has to get someone else to help him find someone to match him with. You see what I'm saying? So if you really was in high demand, well, then you wouldn't be on a show like this. You would have found someone by now and you would have been having a happy life. But clearly you are a walking red flag. And for some women, you know, you're even a deal breaker, a walking deal breaker. You know what I mean? This guy's really full of it. But let's get into Reddit. But in Reddit itself in particular, this is where people really started going in on how they feel about Tony. So this person says, you're gonna die very lonely, my guy. The only high demand you're in is whatever you've been smoking. You make me so happy to be a fat, unattractive, but happily married woman if you are what is out there. Artificial is the only type of intelligence this guy has. Emotional intelligence doesn't exist on this same planet has this guy. Or Spencer has this guy. Every time I hear him speak, I think, please let this be rage bait. I ain't lying to you, man. I also hope it's rage bait because this guy is just so freaking unrealistic. Now, also, of course, as always, there's always comments from other people on Reddit when somebody makes a thread. And in this one is in particular, but you're going to read the first comment where somebody says he's absolutely demented. I knew he was a creep, but last night when he said to the matchmaker that he wanted an apology because he's different and that he does not fit in a box, that wasn't as bad as his facial expressions, and you could feel the anger coming from him. She needs to send him packing. He's a type you read about in the paper. I mean, folks, so let me know your thoughts on that comment. Do you think he's the type you can read on that comment in the papers? Now, listen, this wasn't the only thread that I came across. There was also another thread that I came across, folks. Literally, right now, people are outrageous with Tony. So this person came out by saying Tony looked in the mirror. Apparently, he has looked in the mirror, and since he uses AI to enhance his images online, which is freaking ridiculous, does he think he's an effing price skeleton with some massively misplaced confidence? He is a 3 in the looks department. He is a 2 in the personality department. I mean, 2 in the personality department is quite generous. Not gonna lie to you, I would have said 0. But anyway, and he's a 10 in the weirdo department. I wish these matchmakers would just be honest with these people. Tony claims to be the demand for him is huge. That's why he's seeing a matchmaker in a foreign country. Tony should buy a crate of Astral Glide and just stay in his house. Absolute nasty work. And in this comment itself in particular here, someone says he doesn't rely on AI. He actually got a tattoo on his head to trick women into thinking he still has hair follicles that haven't run away from him. He's a total delusional douchebag. The AI photos are crazy. Who in their right mind thinks that's okay? And that's the thing though, isn't it? Obviously with himself in particular, he is literally a dude that I would quote on the side here, insufferable and is clueless. Okay? And that's something that we can definitely speak for sure. But hey, either way, though, the matter of fact is, though, this guy has definitely got a lot of people in their feelings. But there's also another thread that I said before, people are really in their feelings regarding this guy because he has literally triggered a lot of people with his unnecessary behavior. As you can see, this person said he infuriates me. Also comes down here and we'll read 2 of the comments that's obviously been highlighted here. First one says, just who does he think he is? Some great catch. He has to enhance photos to look preposterous. What a complete jerk. Another incel. So obviously people are here really thinking that this man is a potential incel as well. And then also in this comment itself in particular here, this person said he's one of the worst men I've seen on these shows. That's not one good thing you could say about him. He's not it's not that he's picky. He is a misogynistic that won't accept it, and what he wants and a woman doesn't exist. He doesn't need a matchmaker. He needs to be in a psych ward. And honestly, there's no lies being told here whatsoever, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely no lies being told. But let me know exactly what you're thinking down below in the comment section, because right now people obviously continue here by saying repulsive person, and one of the most repulsive people I've ever seen on any reality show of any kind. You know, end of the day, you know, for me personally, I try to give him the benefit of the doubt, and you know, I sat there and I said to myself, maybe he's just a guy that has certain standards, he has certain values, and obviously there's certain things that he wants to have in a relationship based on his own experiences. But at the same time, the more you listen to the guy talk, the more you're like, nah, this guy is literally nothing but a wackadoodoo. But nonetheless, though, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and we can most certainly talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.